Do you remember waking up early in the morning or staying up late at night just to play some video games by yourself? With no Wi-Fi, no online, just you, the controller, and the TV. I remember playing some of the greatest games of all time. Mario, GTA San Andreas, Tekken 3, and the list goes on and on. We could play these games for hours on end, even multiple hours on end after completing the game, because these games were so good, and this is an era where video game creators actually cared about the content that they were putting out. Unfortunately, if you didn't get to live throughout this great time in history, chances are you think that your era of gaming is the best. What if I told you that the previous era believed that video games are dying out? What's up everybody, it's Waffles here, and today I'm going to be going over the most controversial topic in video game history. Is video games dying? Now I know there are many videos on YouTube about this, but I felt I should give my opinion on it, as I don't agree with the statement that video games are dying. This video will be purely based on my own opinion, so don't roast me in the comment section below.
No! God, please, no!
Just talk about it and let's have a good discussion about it. This video has little to no research, and I'm just going based off my own gut and my own feeling. So, to structure this video, I will be giving a few points on why I believe people say that gaming is dying, and then I'll give a few reasons why I believe gaming is not dying. So without further ado, let's get right into the reason why people think that gaming is dying. But before I do that, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really helps out my channel. A lot of you guys watch the videos and you don't subscribe. Please just leave a subscription and a like. That's all you have to do. It really helps out my channel, and it lets other people be able to see my great videos in which I put a lot of effort into. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Many people today think video games are dying because veteran companies like EA are now solely focused on making money instead of making great games, in which in the past they were actually making good content. This trend has infected the whole gaming industry, and many people are very upset about it. DLC and patches have ruined gaming, allowing companies to put out unfinished games and sell them at full price. This makes many games on launch very bad, having many bugs, and even having veteran game modes not in the game. Characters, story, and other content that would usually be in the game in previous generations are locked behind paywalls and not implemented in the game on purpose just to gain that sweet cash. Fans' favorite franchises are being watered down due to the fact that the company is now focused on making the most optimal game for making money instead of making the best game. This can easily be depicted by the NBA 2K series. This can even be seen in newer titles like Fortnite, which started off very popular for its simple gameplay and simple design and the skill gap, but it's now overrun with microtransactions and has watered down the gameplay by adding many bailouts like porta forts. Many people also believe that video games are dying due to the lack of retaining players at launch. A game starting off with so much hype and gaining 5 million players at launch could easily be downgraded in 1 month to a little over 500,000. And here's my personal reason why I believe people think that video games are dying. It's because of the split in the player base. The casual player and the pro player never really get along due to the fact that the pro player loves a skill gap and the casual player just can't keep up. Casual players' complaints make pro players very angry because overall the gaming community is going to cater to the casual player because they spend the most money on the game. So many games are actually being watered down. Games that actually take skill for building and stuff like that, like Fortnite. And then you have Tekken, which actually has super moves and armor implemented into the game to make it easier for casual fans, but making it harder for pro players to be able to enjoy the game because pro players enjoy a skill gap. In my opinion, this split in the community is one of the biggest reasons, and the second biggest reason in my opinion is the fact that casual players spend so much money on the game, and this allows companies to be able to get away with all the microtransactions and DLC. This is why many pro players and many content creators are leaving many video games, making those games feel dead because you don't really see any representation for them. Video games company has gone so far with this that even intermediate players or above average players are actually not being happy with the video games that they love now, even playing less and less over the years. But what if I told you despite all of these things, video games are still thriving? I personally believe that video games are not dying and that they are still alive, and I would even argue that video games are at its peak right now, even rivaling the movie industry.
Oh my god! Wow!
Now I know sales and money aren't everything, but video games are making so much money and they are selling so many games at such an alarming rate when gaming wasn't even that big back in the day. What? Gaming has simply just gone beyond the previous generation. Many new players to video games in this generation are really casual players. Most of them aren't very good. Yes, you see a lot of prodigies like the Fortnite prodigies and stuff like that, but you don't really see a Sonic Fox too often nowadays. Like young player coming up being a pro player in a hard industry like the fighting game industry. You don't really see that nowadays, and most new players are actually casual players in this generation of gaming. Most video game players are becoming younger and younger, playing online and spending so much money from their parents' bank accounts. My nephew is actually in I think he's in kindergarten, and he's playing Warzone. Yes, my kindergarten nephew is playing Warzone. Get that? So in my opinion, it's not the fact that video games are dying, it's just the torch has been passed to the next generation. Microtransactions and stuff like that, these guys were born into that. And just as much as we complain about stuff like that being implemented into the new generation of gaming, we still dab in it. I personally hate DLC, but every time I see something I like, I open my wallet. So we are really a part of the problem that we're actually complaining about. And I do believe that many video game companies are now seeing the error of their ways and actually trying to make new innovative games or bringing back the old style of gaming like Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4. And I believe that in the next few years video games will be taking a turn for the better for the previous generation, but in my opinion video games are not dying. If anyone says that, they're most likely played in the old era of video games, in the golden era, which is like the PS1, PS2, Xbox 360 era. And most people who were born into the PS4, PS5 era of video games, they don't think that video games are dying, and they are loving it more than ever.
Oh my god.
So yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you think about this topic. Sorry about this style of video. It was more so a rant than a structured video that I usually do. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. Do you think video games are dying? Or do you think it's just a generational curse? Or do you have your own opinion? I want to hear it. Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. It's Waffles, and I'm out. Peace.